Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock, it is time for Veterans News, and Hank Whittier is in the studio. Good morning, Hank.
Come on, Larry, a little bit more enthusiasm than that. I mean, you know, you're getting you're mellowing out.
Am I?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Sure, I'm doing good. I'm doing great, actually. Actually, I'm not. The arthritis this year has been bad. I was just complaining about it. It's tough getting old. I complain about everything. So.
As usual.
Especially you, Donald. You bring the pain out in me. All right. Listen, Terry's on the line. We do have no military casualties, thank you very much, and but we do have some police officers killed in action.
Good morning, Terry.
Morning, how are y'all?
Terry, good to talk to you, my friend, but, you know,
good.
it's better when you don't have casualties and you call in.
Yeah, it is.
But
It's always good. It's always good not to have to call in.
Yeah, you know, but sometimes people don't understand why we do that, but you know, you guys put on a uniform every day, and
Sure.
you're fighting these domestic terrorists out there that we have to deal with, whether it's armed robberies or drunk drivers or whatever else they may be.
Judges.
And we pay the price. Anyway, I know you got some.
Yeah, I do. And, you know, as you said, you know, any loss is a great loss. It really doesn't matter who, where, or when. But, you know, when you have a fallen officer goes down early in his career, it's always tough to do. But it is an honor to be able to call in and do these every week. You know, I do look forward to the times that I don't have to call. But unfortunately, today we do have three. And I'll go ahead and start. The first we have is Officer Chris Cordijo. Chris was with the Los Angeles Police Department out of California. His end of watch was April the 12th of this year. He was 51 years old and has spent 26 years with that agency. He was struck and killed by an impaired driver while operating his motorcycle on duty. The one note about Chris was he is a veteran United States Marine Corps member. The second we have is Agent Morales Santiago, and Morales was with the Puerto Rico Police Department out of Puerto Rico. You know, her end of watch was April the 10th of this year. She was 32 years of age, and her tour of duty was 14 years. She also died in a vehicle accident sustained 6 days earlier from her injuries, so she passed to that. She is survived by her husband and 3 children. The third we have is Deputy Sheriff Mike Severson, and Mike was with the Polk County Sheriff's Office out of Wisconsin, and his end of watch was April the 14th of this year. Mike was 51 years of age. The thing to note about Mike is Mike succumbed to a gunshot wound that he sustained in 1991 while on duty that left him paralyzed. He died of these complications of the wounds on the 14th of this year. And so that's all we have.
Yeah, well, that's too many.
Yep.
Okay. But anyway, Terry, listen, stay safe out there, my friend.
Yes, sir, Hank. Thank you for the phone call.
Buddy, take care.
Bye-bye.
Anybody, there's no military killed in action and no firemen this time. Anybody have anybody local? Got one. He's moved up to Alabama a couple of years ago. He used to live here. George Newpower. I don't know if you remember George. George was, I first met George, he walked with a cane. Then he walked with a walker. And then he walked, then he was in a wheelchair, and then progressively worse. He had MS, service related to Vietnam and all the garbage he was exposed to in Vietnam. So he was a casualty, essentially, of Vietnam. Lived in pretty bad existence, really, health-wise, for a lot of years. But he succumbed to all of that just the other day. His wife called us, let us know about George. Was a Army veteran, served his country in Vietnam, saw a lot of action, and was a casualty of all that in the long run. And I guess that's it. So, Larry, if you would, I'll do it.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost,
Why you give me the third degree?
Because I don't know.
No, I've got
I
it.
don't know the fourth.
No, I have it, and we're talking about off air. We're talking about a bugle that we purchased for the Marine Corps League because they do so many great things, and they didn't have one, so Don and I kicked in. Don doesn't know that yet, but anyway. But no, we're going to give it to them at the next meeting.
That's nice.
The one that you're out of town for.
Again.
I'll take all the credit.
Again.
Anyway, listen, we got a couple of guys who were sick. Gary Strong was in a bad motorcycle accident, got real banged up. Gary's a Marine, really injured severely, and hopefully home recuperating, I hope, but best wishes to him. And John Dinkins is still recovering from a variety of illnesses that go along with some age, like the rest of us. And Gene Poole is still recovering from a lot of illnesses. So, anyway, hopefully those guys will get well. They'll be fine. And also our friend Derek Kelly's son is recuperating. So hopefully everybody will be on the mend. I think they're all on the mend. It's a slow process, but we wish them well. Get better, guys. Need you aboard.
I'm recuperating myself.
It's not. No, you're not.
I spent a week with the grandchildren.
Yeah. Yeah. So the abuse people are looking for you up in D.C. Children's Abuse Register or something.
That's why I took the early flight out.
I thought you did. Gary, we don't talk about sponsors. We talk about friends who are good to veterans and good to the community, right? You got a couple of them?
Yes, I do. And Palm Chevrolet, the past couple of weeks, I've been telling you about that factory elimination sale of the high inventory. Well, they still got some trucks left. It's not too late to get down there. And if you get down there, you're going to find zero down, and you get to keep the rebate. In other words, you're going to pay less than the Chevrolet dealer pays. Now, normally a lot of people say this, but if Palm says it, you can take it to the bank because they're good people down there. So stop by Palm Chevrolet on 200 in beautiful Ocala. Their huge inventory is marked down, and they're going to sacrifice it. Now, they're located at 2300 Southwest College Road in beautiful Ocala. Or you can contact them on the web at palmchevrolet.com. Now, these nice Chevrolet trucks are not just pretty and something nice to look at. You want to put this Chevrolet truck to work. So the best way to do that is to go down to Bob Wine's Camellia Garden and Nursery and fill it up with plants and shrubs and all kinds of things they have for your landscaping needs. They've got mulch, they've got fertilizer, they've got tools, you name it, they got it. If they don't have it, you don't need it. And if you if you can't get it home on your Chevrolet, they'll deliver it, okay? And when you buy a tree from Bob Wines, they'll even guarantee the tree. So if it dies, they'll give you another one. You can't lose, okay? Bob Wines is located at 2610 Southeast 38th Avenue, again in our beautiful Ocala. And you can contact them by phone, area code 352-629-5766. And we also want to thank WOCA Radio here for helping us do this show. We couldn't do it without them either.
You're picking up right where Robert left off. He's doing a lot of kissing up to Larry over there all the time, and Joe Martone, who doesn't deserve kissing up to. Okay.
But I have a question.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Yeah. Who's your daddy?
Yeah. Well, we'll never figure that one out. But Gary, on the Chevrolet, Palm Chevrolet, is it just for trucks?
Oh, no, they got cars, too. And if, of course, we like the good old American, but you can always go across the street and get a Kia, too.
I was thinking more of the Corvette. How many flowers can we get in that Corvette?
That's right. You're talking about buying one, aren't you?
I certainly am.
And I think you need to buy one.
And I'm looking for a good deal.
You go right over here to Palm, and they'll give you a good deal. I told you, Tom Daniel just bought, I don't know what the big SUV is for Chevy, but he bought the big one the other day. It's nice looking. Did you see it yet, Gary?
No, I haven't seen the big one, but when the kids are gone, that Corvette is sounding better and better all the time. They don't have a back seat, so
it's every father's dream when the kids get out of the house that you're going to buy yourself a toy. Let me, you younger fathers out there, let me give you the reality check. It's not going to happen, guys. You're going to continue writing checks.
I'm so sorry that
The only reason Don can afford to do that is that missing money from Iraq. That $10 million it's missing.
I thought it was 9.
Yeah, I know. Little counting error there going on. It was 10 when you left D.C. It was 9 when you got to Baghdad. You know? Yeah. Listen, we do have a big fundraiser coming up May 3rd. We're going to be doing some paintball. I know Lori and Lloyd are here to talk a little bit about that because the Marine Corps League is going to be very much involved in that, doing the food. And you got the flyer right in front of you. Tell us about it a little bit, Lloyd. And I know the Marine Corps League is doing what? Are you doing hot dogs and hamburgers and all that?
Yes, we're going to be doing hot dogs and also fish sandwiches. And along with those meals, you get, it's included into the ticket when you come into the paintball. We would like to see everybody down there. It's on May the 3rd. We're going to be there from 10 to 5 serving the food and stuff for them. So we need everybody to come in and see how it's done. Public is welcome.
Yep.
And this is a drive for Vets Helping Vets fundraiser. We've got other things on the agenda coming up pretty soon. Also in our detachment, I want to mention that Friday night we're having a fish fry. It's starting at 6 o'clock, civilian time. And Saturday we're having steak night.
What time is that?
Steak night is at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Or 6 o'clock, excuse me.
I have a couple of questions about this paintball.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have lots of. You're the target, by the way.
Yeah, you're going to be the walking target.
I've got an AK-47 so that
We're all
you understand
set
why.
up. Wayne's especially looking for you out there.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Now, Wayne's World, by the way, is right across from the old Ocala Drive-In on 441, and we've got a phone number you can call. And if you don't have equipment, they will rent you equipment, right? So they've got a phone number.
Yeah,
Why don't you give them the phone number?
Number is 352-401-1801. And if any equipment you need, they rent it out there, and you'd be surprised at what goes on out there. They got a lot of acreage out there. They play war games out there. A lot of every weekend they got something going on.
Yeah, and this one's a kind of a theme after that movie that just came out where you go hunting for artwork.
Yeah.
Movie came out a couple of months ago, and so the theme is that, but it's they're going to have different teams out there. It's a lot of fun. Go out there, but the bottom line is besides spending a few dollars with Wayne's World, they made us their charity this time around, and we appreciate it.
Yep.
So when you spend a few bucks, you're going to help out some needy veterans out there.
Some of the things that you probably want to expound on is the ages. The age. 10, 12 to 80.
Yes.
Is there an age group?
There is an age group. I've seen them out there. I think they're right around 10 years old up. And so there is an age group. And it is very military games going on out there all the time. So it is something to see and get involved with, and it's in a community that a lot of people know of Wayne's World. Matter of fact, they're knowing at a lot of their games that goes on out there and what they put on. They're coming from all over the United States, even from Canada. We were out there, and I'm telling you, it's something to see and be involved with.
So we have different ages and different levels of expertise.
Yes.
You're not going to put a beginner up there against somebody.
No. They do have referees in the field to keep control of everything.
So it's safe. I think that's the concern. So no one's going to get hurt. They've got people out there that will make sure that you're playing by the rules because you don't want to get somebody injured. But I was surprised at how big the property was. I didn't realize it was that big till we went out there. So parking is no problem. And they say there'll be food available, and if you don't have the equipment, they got plenty of equipment to rent you. So it'll be a good time. It'll be a good day. Go out there and enjoy yourself, and a lot of us will be out there running through the woods. And if you can catch us and shoot us, you win. You win.
I will too. But they're very friendly. They have a lot of counselors out there helping folks navigate through the courses.
Yeah, well, the folks who run it are good people, and it's not just us that they're helping us this time, but they help out this community tremendously. And so go help them to help others, really, and we'll all have a good time. Okay. Gary is sort of coordinating with them. I guess you're going to be meeting with them again this week or next?
Yeah, hopefully this week or next week. And also, when you go out there, don't forget they're providing the air and 500 rounds of ammo for this Monuments Men theme, which looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And, we expect a big turnout. Tell your friends about it. The more the better. I'm sure there's a limit of people that they can take out there, but, the more the better again. And, we want to fill that place up with this fundraiser because we got a lot of good things coming up here at Vets Helping Vets that, Hank, you might want to share about this housing.
Yeah, well, people know.
We need people to come in and...
Well, we talked before about partnerships. We are partnering with the Symphony Orchestra, the Ocala Symphony Orchestra, about PTSD counseling and music therapy, along with the VA. Kind of still working to get everybody together and kind of come up with a plan for that, but it's moving forward. And I think we've announced it a few times. We've partnered with Habitat for Humanity, and we're actually looking at some property. We'll be looking at it Monday, 17 acres that we're interested in securing to put veterans' homes into, along with Habitat for Humanity. So it's a good partnership. Habitat's good people and well-respected agency. We are both agencies are run by former Marines, some Marines, which is a good thing, I think. But it's nice. You know what Brad said the other day? It's a shared dream. Brad Nemo's the executive director of Habitat. We were down at Summer Glen talking to those veterans, and we talked about a shared dream. And the shared dream is to put veterans into some decent housing that they can afford, so that they're not living in some dump paying $800 a month. And we can do better, and we've got some plans to do that. He's got the home plans. Habitat's got a long history of that, and that's what we do, is we deal with veterans. So it's a good deal, but you can't, it costs dollars. Let's be reality check. It costs money to do this, and some of the ways we raise money is through paintball or through wrestling or through whatever it may take, direct solicitation sometimes, and grants, because you can't spend good intentions.
This is right in line with our theme. American heroes shouldn't be homeless.
Absolutely. We did that last year at Golden Ocala, and we want to continue doing that. And these are going to be really nice homes that veterans can afford, and some creative financing taking place. So it's moving forward. We're going to actually walk through the property next week. There may be some snakes in there, and I'm putting Dawn out front. So barefoot, Dawn. So,
Make sure that
I'm allergic.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to snakes.
But again, good things don't happen unless you work for them and work at them. And what Vets Helping Vets has become over the last few years, particularly, is sort of the hub of a spoke where there's a lot of things happening in the community, and we try to plug people into different, whether it's therapy or it's a house or it's direct financial aid and some other things going on. And that's really where our strength lies. So we will work with anybody who wants to better this community, particularly as it relates to veterans. So if you got an idea, give me a call and we'll talk about it, sit down and see if we can't work together. Let me mention a couple of people. Since I'm in a generous mood today and I don't feel like insulting everybody. But Kathy Bryant with the County Commission has been extraordinarily helpful to us of late. And she always has been, but we've really been working closely with Kathy on a couple of projects. And George Albright, our tax collector. George has really helped us put some of the pieces together in this housing thing and brought a lot of people to the table. And I give George a bad time when I'm meetings with him, but George is a good guy, and sometimes we fail to recognize the people in this community are really working hard on its behalf, but those two folks are outstanding. They have done a lot of great work for the veterans and the community in general. Anybody want any announcements? You mentioned the stake thing, Don Williams. You give me a blank look, Don.
Well, one of the things we need to do, and rightfully so, is thank the community for all its generosity. They have really supported the Vets Helping Vets and the veteran organizations around this. This 50,000 that we have plus in our community has been very supportive. and without them, I think we'd be behind the old 8 ball, you know.
Well, you know what? Again, there's a lot of things happening here, and Don and I talk about it all the time that don't happen in other areas. I mean, so you know, when I tell you, look around, and there's some great stuff happening in this community, but it's because there's a lot of people working to make it happen.
Yeah, we're trying to reach out with the Ocala Orchestra on Mother's Day. They're going to be playing the 1812 Overture, and they're looking for a canon.
Yes.
And if we can reach out to folks out there that may have some connections, they like to play it just like they did in the Boston Pops and the New York on the 4th of July, because on this summer venue, they're going to do the same thing for the veterans.
That's right.
And Mother's Day, they're going to be offering free tickets to veterans to attend their concert. So I think if we can turn around and maybe help them, I think it's good for veterans, helping veterans to give back to the community as well as take. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a good idea.
Well, you know, the best streets to travel are two-way streets, where you give and you receive. Okay.
Not like
not the street you lived on, Don.
Not the dead end street.
You lived on that dead end in that very ritzy area over there in Cambridge. Listen, we're going to play. We haven't played trivia in a long time. Gary's got a trivia question, right, Gary?
I sure do.
And it's a sport. It's a sports.
It's sports, and you know, I'm surrounded on my right and on my left by folks from Boston. You know, I'm an Atlanta Brave fan, but you know, the Braves originated in Boston. You know, in case
that's right.
We didn't know that. Okay, and this is a very special year for the Braves. Well, every year is a special year for the Braves. But if you could tell me the day and the year that Hank Aaron hit home run number 715, which broke Babe Ruth's record, I've got a $20 Walmart gift card here for you that you can claim at the radio station, and I'm sure Larry would be glad to give you the number, and he'll hold it to you.
He's already Googling. That's
and the number is 622 WOCA if you want to play.
So if you can furnish me with that information, you got a $20 gift card.
Were you there to see the game, see the home run?
No, I wasn't, but I've seen it replayed on television probably 100 times.
I was there to see Ted Williams' last hit, which was a home run.
1961, wasn't it?
And you have a call. Good morning. You're on the air.
64.
Good morning. I got the answer to the question.
Okay.
About the home run for the Atlanta Braves. I'm a diehard Braves fan.
Sorry.
And what is the answer?
And Hank Aaron broke that record on Wednesday. It was on
1980. Say it again. Okay, I think we're losing you. Say the answer again.
April the 2nd.
There you go.
April 2nd, you're a few days off there. We got another one?
A few days off.
Oh, no. It sounded like he was going to be for sure. Do you want to give him another shot?
I'm not. Okay.
How about March 31st?
No, it's in April.
April 4th.
Oh, it's in April? April 4th. Golly.
No, not April 4th.
Not April 4th?
What's this, multiple choice here?
This is,
We've got less than a minute.
Obviously, none of us are big Braves fans other than him, right?
It was last week, hint.
It's last weekend. Well, you only got about 30 seconds, so if you can get in 30 seconds, you're welcome to collect it. I think you're going to run out of time, Gary.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. See, I mean, you know, and you announced it up front. I usually don't do that, so they had time to Google and all that good stuff. But okay. Hey, listen, we got, you know, we're on a tight schedule. Got to move on and see people and do things. And I'm glad everybody is getting healthy, and all those folks we talked about before get healthy. Don't forget May 3rd and the paintball at Wayne's World. And as I tell you every week, and I'll continue telling you, thank you for your service, and God bless America, everybody.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. A terror trial getting underway in New York City.
56-year-old Abu Hamza el-Masri, the radical Islamic cleric and one-eyed double amputee, often referred to as Dr. Hook, has pled not guilty to 11 terror charges, including setting up training camps in Oregon, advocating jihad in Afghanistan, and aiding in a deadly Yemen hostage crisis.
Fox Radio's Jeff Manasso. The Russian president denying claims that his forces are ratcheting up unrest in Ukraine. Vladimir Putin, through a translator here, also blasting the current government in Kiev.
The presidential election is completely unacceptable in the forms in which it's taking.
Diplomats are meeting in Geneva to discuss the crisis in Ukraine.